There was a social media post the other day that said there is coronavirus and then there is Tiger King and nothing else. Many people have been taking this time at home to binge watch the Netflix series Tiger King. The docuseries follows a society of big cat owners and conservationists. One of those people is Don Lewis, who has been missing since 1997. Lewis was married to Carol Baskin, the target of a murder-for-hire plot highlighted in the series. Since the show's premiere, the Hillsborough County, Florida Sheriff's Office has seen an influx of tips, and that sheriff joins us now. Chad Chronister, thanks so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Now, you said that there hasn't been any action on this case since 2011, and now you're getting about half a dozen tips per day. What did this series do to change all of that?
I think it's made the leads possible. The popularity of this series has helped generate leads, about a half a dozen a day. Now, I have to say, no viable leads. Most are people who end up watching the series and wanting to send an email or make a telephone call, and they just want to give their theory. Hey, this is how he died, and this is who did.
So any of those tips that you've gotten so far, have they actually been viable or led or credible even?
Nothing yet. We do have a detective supervisor who's combing through every single tip that comes in. Nothing viable yet, but I have to tell you, I remain optimistic. I'm sure hoping as this series continues to gain popularity, someone will feel comfortable coming forward and providing that missing piece that will help us solve this case.
And what's the status of the investigation at this time?
It's a cold case. The leads have been exhausted. There's no new leads. And again, I'm hoping if you watch this series, you saw that a lot of times they all thought one was spying on one another. They were extremely competitive, eccentric, complicated, and they didn't trust anyone. So you almost had to prove your allegiance on a daily basis. So I'm hoping maybe one of those relationships have soured now, or someone again feels more comfortable now that it's being talked about and comes forward and helps us bring justice and closure for Don Lewis's family.
So you're among the millions of people who have seen the show. What did you make of it? Anything in there that you haven't checked out already?
No, and I tell you what, they have some theories that are wrong and some theories that prove suspicious. You know, some of the theories that were proved wrong was, hey, you guys need to check the septic tank. Check the septic tank. That's where he's at. The septic tank wasn't installed until years after his disappearance. Then the series leads you to believe that check the meat grinders. That, you know, you have to take a DNA swab of the meat grinders. They had been removed before his disappearance. And some things prove suspicious. What wealthy person do you ever know, or have you ever heard about that leaves his wealth behind, has a relationship with his children, yet leaves his children behind? And then one piece that everyone continues to talk about is the will. I've talked to a lot of probate attorneys. Have you ever heard of a will that has a disappearance clause? If I ever disappear, leave my wealth to this person.
Right. When I was watching, I have to admit, I've watched, and I haven't gotten through the whole thing yet, but that was the thing that really struck me as super odd. I mean, and when you've asked that question, have they said that they've ever seen such a will that doesn't say upon my demise, but it says upon my disappearance?
Yes, and like I said, that's certainly suspicious. And you go back to, you know, she insists that, and a lot of others, hey, he left the country. Well, that's not the case that we can see. He had two passports, yes, two passports, but neither one of them was flagged that he ever left the country. No passenger manifest on a private plane or a commercial plane. So I'm going to tell you what, I truly believe that he never left the country.
What's it like to work on a case that has become a true pop culture phenomenon?
I tell you what, it's intriguing. More importantly, I hope this has spanned over the careers of a lot of sheriffs, almost 4 sheriffs. And I'm hoping that I'm the one with the hard work of these detectives, and again, with the popularity of this Netflix series, that we can solve this case once and for all.
Sheriff Chronister, thank you so much for your time.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.